last week.
Jules, bless you.
That's so bad.
Hey, we're live, and I think it's working.
Yay.
All good things.
Good morning, all you wonderful people. Jules, half of your face is not in here.
Mute.
Oh, good call.
What are those loading bars down there?
Oh, I think it's our volume.
Makes sense.
Welcome to just hanging out with us. We have coffee. We are not going to be cruel and have bacon sitting in front of you all this week. But Katie did make some banana muffins, and they're amazing. So that was a huge plus. We just wanted to hang out again. We had a lot of fun last Saturday, just answering some questions, figuring out what you guys wanted to know. And we also got really great song suggestions for a Kenny Rogers song to do. And we picked which one we're going to do. We're not going to tell you. We're going to keep it a surprise, but we're super, super excited about it. It's really, it's a fun one. And I'd heard it for years, and we just never considered playing it until you guys threw it out there. And
It was a fun excuse this week to listen to a lot of good old Kenny Rogers.
we listened to a lot of Kenny Rogers, which was fun. So, we need to go back to Lake Itasca. So we did this really fun festival at Lake Itasca in Minnesota last August. And it's just a bunch of families playing bluegrass and acoustic folk music, but mostly bluegrass. And it was such a cool atmosphere. Just everywhere you go, there's little families playing music together, and some incredibly advanced and far better than us, and then others that were just starting out. And it's fun to see like the whole journey and be like, oh my gosh, I remember when we were there, and learning songs. So it was really fun. But we're not going back this summer, but we would love to return someday.
And also, they happen to have this secret recipe for coffee and lattes up there. I don't know what it is, but they had this coffee stand at the festival, and you could go get the most amazing drinks all week. And so we definitely got spoiled with lattes, iced lattes, hot lattes, Americanos, everything. So I don't know what they did, but Minnesota has good
Most
coffee.
bluegrass festivals are in the middle of like nowhere, and they're so fun, but like gourmet coffee is just not a thing at any of them. So to show up at a bluegrass festival and have like a coffee tent, we were like, we found our people. It was really fun.
Oh, they said any plans for Colorado? Is that still?
Well, we're supposed to be in Kremling, Colorado, the weekend of July 11th.
There's the
Elevation Festival.
near Denver, and it's free. So you guys should come to Colorado and watch us in July.
Yeah.
Any other from our YouTube comment moderator?
More Katie.
Right here.
That's 2 comments.
We just like scoot the computer to Katie.
Greeting from the quiet one.
Jules,
Jules
that's
is the
you.
quiet
The quiet
one.
Is it banana muffin or is that?
Yeah, it's banana muffins. It's a great excuse to let your bananas get a little extra ripe because you can make them into bread. Still sanitary. Don't worry.
What type of guitar does Matt play?
It's a Collings traditional series. It's called like a T1A. It was Bill Collings' last project he did before he passed away. Is he studied a lot of the pre-war Martins, and then he created a guitar that had like the temper-cured top on it, and then they did like a custom sunburst for mine. So it's a really special guitar.
We all have neutral accents. Nice bush trimming.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I learned how to trim the hedges yesterday, and I happened to go a little too deep into my first bush, so now it's bald on the outside.
Oh.
And these 2 elderly ladies in my neighborhood were walking by while I was trimming, and I guess they saw it happen because they kind of just stopped in front of my mailbox. And one of them, my grandma used to live in this house, and she was like, your grandma would be so proud of you. And the other one said, and by the way, that will grow back. Don't worry about it. And I was like, great. So everybody and their mother knows, but it's fine. Appreciate it.
There's a comment saying, would we ever play in Germany?
We want to play in
We
Germany.
want
We want to so bad.
We haven't planned any tours recently, though.
We've had several people reach out with like a venue here or a festival there, but for us to go to Germany, it really has to line out with them all happening at the same time. So that's what happened with us in Ireland, is we wanted to play there for a while, and finally a booking agent reached out and said, okay, we have like 2 weeks worth of shows for you almost every day, at least a show. And so that's what it kind of takes to get us to go overseas, especially since we don't really know like any of the venues. We really do rely on people to kind of, at least for the first tour.
So if you live in Germany, spread the word to your venues that you'd like to have us as a Bluegrass band.
Yeah, we
That'd
will
be
come.
super fun.
It'd be awesome.
Chance Rogers says, just spray that bald spot with the green spray paint in the meantime.
That's actually,
Chance.
we could get fake greenery from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's
Be so obvious.
and like just patch it in. This
Yeah,
could work.
I thought about like if I just got a really big stuffed Easter bunny and stuck it right there for a while, cover it up.
The kids
Happy
would think the
Easter.
Easter bunny was stuck in your bush.
Just give him something to do.
I would not know what to do. I feel so bad for him. I'd save him.
No.
Ellen, your hair always looks so beautiful.
Thank you.
Is that Michael?
Thoughts? Do
Thanks.
you want to play one day in France? Yes.
We also would like to.
Brazil is loving you. Thank you, Brazil.
I actually had Brazilian coffee the other morning. One of my friends is from Brazil, and they came back, and they brought me a whole bag of Brazilian coffee, and it was amazing. And I was awake for hours because it was so strong.
Where is the other guy in the group?
Amen.
He's
Is he
probably
watching?
asleep.
He probably is asleep.
Probably won't watch either.
Yeah, he doesn't live close to us, so for him to drive all the way from his house to eat a muffin, drink coffee on a Saturday morning,
It's worth it. But he's not here.
We'll have to go live at one point in the future when he's already up here,
Yeah.
just so y'all can.
When
get
he
it.
comes up, he normally spends the whole day and like even like watches a movie or something, but
yeah,
otherwise, just not.
We're letting him have his.
it's a
space.
long drive.
Yeah.
And our parents are home working on important things this morning, so we told them they could have the morning off too.
Julianne's in her senior year of high school, and she's trying to figure out which one of the siblings is going to be her best senior photo shoot photographer.
No.
So she's kind of in a situation right now.
No.
There's lots of great places around the house to take senior photos.
What do you do if you're a senior and you can't really go outside or work with a photographer?
A senior in high school.
Does Matt ride bikes from Mike McAllister?
Yes, I
Oh,
that
the
makes so much
McAllisters are
sense.
here.
do. This says mobile device.
Matt also likes to run. He and my dad are big into running. They've been running like every day this week. And while I was outside doing yard work yesterday, I looked behind me and there's Matt running down the road. He kind of just gave away. And I was like, great story.
Okay, we have a
Fun
couple
job.
here. First of all, someone says hello from Finland, which we played there. So that's cool.
Yay!
And then somebody said come play in Australia, which we had talked about. Actually.
Yep,
Lots
that's
of
also.
And then the last one was, I was writing the videos you post have excellent sound quality, and they show you all standing around a single mic to record in the studio and then dub the sound onto your videos. We used to.
So if the videos say live, like the first video we kind of posted was No Roots. And that one we did record live, and it was just hard to get a good balance because I sing very loudly and my banjo's incredibly loud. And Katie has this beautiful voice, but it's just much softer. So for us to both,
Well, for both of those,
We
Matt,
just didn't have the sound gear initially, and so we just wanted to have a video. But then all of our, I think there's only been 2 videos where we didn't live record,
yeah.
and so everything you're seeing from, midsummer on is 100% live. We bought like a little Zoom recorder, a field recorder, and it has 6 inputs, and so I can plug in pretty much
And-
all the instruments. And
It's listed in the description too. I think Jules does a good job of kind of like describing like, hey, if it's live, we for sure we're recording it at the spot while you guys watched. And then if not, which I think there's only like one, maybe two.
We did a video shoot this last week around a campfire, and it was a really pretty day out, and it's on like the top of a mountain, and there's two rivers that go around each side of it. It's really pretty, and you can hear when we post it, you can hear like a boat motor, like really slightly. So we're trying to get that sound out of it, but you can hear a boat just hitting the waves.
You hear
So
a boat motor.
that shows you that it's 100% live.
And we're excited because we did some around the fire pit, so y'all will for sure be able to hear like the fire crackling and popping, which is one of the first things we ever did with music is sit around a campfire and play music. So that was really fun for us to do.
Sorry for Finland's on. It says, where's the legend John Petersen?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
John is probably eating pancakes
Yeah,
in
he
his
his
house.
house.
he was actually eating pancakes at home. He was offered me one as I left.
Sorry.
We need to have Dad come back over and just make pancakes.
Dad can like be cooking for us during this. That would be
Someone's asking how we spend our free time now that we don't do live shows.
Playing music together in the house.
This has been, I think we said this last week too, but this time has been a really good time for us to actually sit down and talk through songs that we've always loved and wanted to record and just never had the time to. So a lot of covers from our favorite artists. We're huge John Denver fans. We like James Taylor. We like a lot of the older artists and of course bluegrass, traditional and stuff. So it's fun to just sit down and play through these songs. So that's kind of what we've been doing every day.
Yeah. And Jules had a comment about neutral accents. It's because we grew up moving around from different Air Force bases. So I think we're just like a mesh of all United States area accents just because we lived a lot of places. So
Somebody said, hey, Petersens, where's your member Julianne?
Somebody's asking where Julianne is, and
Hey.
she's right there.
Okay. We can move this back now. They asked that a couple times.
I'll never get that back to where it was.
Just got this little voice in the corner reading comments.
Somebody, Chance asked if all the members on my trip are okay, and yes, they are. We all got back without anything happening, so that was nice. Any of y'all go to music school?
It's called Mom's Living Room. Okay, when we were probably right around starting our teen years, Julianne, of course, was very small. And this is right when our parents had gotten us into the bluegrass world. And Mom invented this thing one summer called, what was it?
Mama's Bluegrass Boot Camp.
What?
I don't think Jules was too young to do this.
She was like 4 years old playing on the playset outside with our dog, but we all had to go to Mama's
It was the
Bluegrass Boot
worst.
Camp.
And by the worst, we learned how to play music. But y'all don't want to mess with Karen when she's trying to teach you theory and you just want to go outside and play. But Karen Petersen she does have her master's in music education and she's so incredibly talented. So a lot of us being able to hear harmony parts and know how to do chord structures, that's all from Mom.
Yep. She was telling me about one of her jobs right after high school. She actually, back then, of course, they didn't have ways to print off sheets of music, but they still needed to be able to give music scores to bands and stuff to perform. And so Mom would have to listen to a recording and have a sheet of staff paper and a black ink pen and actually write out the notes with their note values and everything for bands to use. And she said this was before we had ways to just, since it's not on a computer, you can't erase it. So if she did something wrong and the whiteout didn't look right, then you'd have to start at the beginning of the song again. And so, she would get paid to do this, but that has still blown my mind. You have to know your music to do that. So yay to Karen.
Oh, and somebody asked what church we were a part of. Are we Baptist? There it is. What kind of church do you guys attend? Are you
Thanks to
Baptist?
the Air Force, we have been in a lot of different awesome churches, and our parents were even raised different denominations. We've kind of found that through the years in visiting so many different church families is a lot of it depends on the church itself, and you can definitely tell if a church is truly following Jesus and they love him, then that's something we want to be a part of. And so we've been a little bit of everything, but
we go to a Baptist church
Yeah.
now. We've been in a lot of Baptist churches, CMA, Methodist, Presbyterian, but we go to First Baptist
Community,
Church
yeah.
in Branson.
There's
And
a
it's
lot
an
of
awesome
debate
church.
on whether we're Mormons.
We do get asked a lot
We
if
do
we're
get asked
Mormons.
that a lot.
We're Baptists.
we're Christians.
Warm greetings from cold Russia. Thank
Aw.
you. What's
It
the
is
age
warm.
gap between y'all?
So between Katie and I is 17 months. So we're the closest. And then Matt is 2 years younger than me. And then old little baby Pookie over there is a whole 7 years younger than Matt. Our parents started to realize that they were going to be empty nesters, and they love us so much that they were
Okay,
not ready
I
to give it
wasn't
up.
an accident. Oh my god! I'm not. So that's also a question commonly.
Jules, you were
Yeah.
not an accident.
I was
No.
not. Anyways,
So there's 7 years between
Go
Jules and
tell
Matt.
someone you love that they are not an accident.
thank you.
That's good to hear.
Is Emmett self-isolating? The answer to that is yes, even before the current situation.
Emmett is a pro at this. He's been social distancing for many years.
Oh, someone said
I
they
hope
needed a
not.
mandolin player. That's why they had Jules.
Oh my god.
If they would have one more, they would have gotten. Mom could have not had to play bass with us still, but
That's true.
she can't retire yet.
Mom had to play the mandolin before she learned bass because Julianne hadn't learned mandolin yet. So
Ooh,
our
this one
parents had
says.
taken one for the team.
This one says, "Baby Cookie can sing."
Oh, yes, she can.
I am calling her baby cookie all day now.
Well, this one is just to be fair to Katie. They always say the first and last child are accidents.
Oh.
So there you go.
Who's picking these?
I'm just going to say,
No.
it's not a
Emmett is a FOBI, fear of being included.
Let's not pick on Emmett.
Yeah, we love
No, that's what they said. I was reading.
I was like, Jules, that's such a random thing to tell these people.
I just thought that was funny.
Any other interesting comments?
Somebody
That'd
says,
be great.
"Julianne, tell us about your time with the Possum Holler Fiddlers."
Yay! Once
No,
again.
no, keep it there.
Jules.
What did it
No.
say? What was that time
Indulge.
like?
Well, we just Mom signed me up for a fiddle camp that she wasn't in charge of, and because I started out on fiddle and I'd been playing since I was like 5 or something. And so then when I was 11, I went to a camp, and then at the end of the camp, if you do well enough, you're invited to be part of a troupe called the Possum Holler. They
And
changed
she
the
did
name
well
now.
enough.
And so then that was, yep.
What's the name now?
Say it loud and
It's-
proud.
The Ozark Mountain Roots.
Oh.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's
It's
a lot
actually-
cooler now.
Great group of kids, and we were all very proud of Julianne.
Katie
Yeah.
works with them.
Yeah, Katie's actually
I'm a coach, a possum coach.
She's a coach, but Julianne was the real. Play dead, Jules.
no. Anyways,
Possums he takes.
glad
We
that's
were
out
reading
there.
a lot about possums this last week.
We did. We watched videos of them too.
Yeah. If you're looking for a good pastime, there's a video of possums eating bananas, and there's like
Oh my
15 of them
gosh.
smacking on bananas.
It's so
One of the
funny.
funniest things I've ever watched.
Happy quarantine.
While I was up close to the computer, I did read a comment asking if we were going to reschedule our Silver Dollar City dates. And we're just playing it by ear. If we do get to reschedule anything, we will for sure post about it. But if you're coming to Branson, we do have a show. And I'm sure by the time Silver Dollar City is open, if we're not playing there, we will be at our theater, the Little Opry Theater in the Branson IMAX. And we have shows there normally every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Sunday and Wednesday, we do entirely gospel shows. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we do just our regular Americana roots music shows, which include some original songs, a couple gospel songs, but mostly just like American roots music. So yeah, even if you're coming back to Branson when Silver Dollar City opens and we're not there, come see us at the theater. We would love to hang out and meet you. So do that.
Has Ellen recovered from her foot attack trauma?
That's probably from the Finland vlog video.
Oh.
Because I remember that so vividly, that's no. The fact that I can remember that. If y'all haven't watched the vlogs that Jules made of our trip, there's one where we're all stuck in a van, which was actually an incredibly nice van. But we were traveling across the country in a van, and Matt and Jules happened to sit across from me and attack me with their feet, and it was traumatizing.
Oh, it was to a song. Anyways,
It was good footage.
where is Ellen's man? Did Jolene take him?
No, he's at home. Actually, I think he's working out right now. So, hi, Michael.
They are isolating together, so we still see him. There are some people who thought Ellen just stayed here.
Oh, heck no. Love y'all.
Oh, that's funny. When will we be in Oklahoma City?
Somebody like my footage comment.
Oh gosh.
Don't encourage it.
Didn't that get Oklahoma
Is Oklahoma still on?
Where?
in June or something?
Oklahoma, we've been talking with them, and I'm pretty sure that show is canceled. So
We're trying to reschedule all the shows that were canceled that were tour dates. So just stay tuned. We're playing it day by day. And
the main reason it was canceled is the people who hired us, Quail Springs, there. It was for like the senior community of a church. And so they thought it was going to be the best thing to just say, hey, you know, we got the most high risk people, so we're going to eliminate the risk. And so that's kind of the reason they've been that precautious. And that's our furthest out canceling we've had. So,
But they're awesome. They support us all the time,
Mhm.
and I'm sure we'll be back.
we
out
come
there.
to Oklahoma City quite a bit.
Marek J says, Katie, will you marry? And I think he meant to say me, but he's just asking.
I hope that one day
will
I
you
will
marry?
And somebody above that said, is Kate's poor little finger getting a ring soon?
Oh,
Legend song.
honey.
You guys
It's
are
a great
concerned.
song.
Somebody did want to know how you.
Hey, Daniel from Chords of Grace is out there.
What?
What's up, Daniel?
Hey.
I do remember you. You got some good jokes, man.
And then somebody who has the weirdest taste in music.
Can you do a show in a bubble suit?
Yeah, what?
I don't know who Slipknot and Sepultura
I know
are,
who those groups are.
but we listen to a lot of funk.
Yeah, Jillian and I listen to funk music. Or the Clark Family Trio. That's a favorite.
Yeah. You guys have pretty normal music taste,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Basic.
Well, you always make weird faces whenever we show songs.
Yeah, whenever we
sometimes.
show
Yeah.
you experiential songs.
Yeah.
I like Wolfpack and those kind of
Ooh.
bands. I like a lot of different kinds of music, but the really kind of intense hard rock stuff just stresses me out. So I don't listen to much of that. But I like easy going.
Somebody said send a kiss to the Brazilians.
That goes to
Okay,
you.
Hey,
that's
Ellen,
Ellen, you've been
Hey.
drinking the coffee.
Nose goes.
Katie's
Katie,
been nominated to
drum
give a
roll.
kiss to
Everybody,
Brazil.
drum roll.
Katie,
What is she doing on
All right, I've got it. I
Matt's
know.
gonna give a kiss to the
What
Brazilian.
was his name?
Oh, where is he?
Magno.
Oh,
Yeah!
Sit up.
I just dropped a muffin.
You dropped your muffin.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh.
Am I wrong, or is Katie the sweetest person ever?
You're wrong.
Yeah. But that's
You
sweet
are
of you.
wrong.
Okay. If Ellen sings loud, how loud does Jared O'Donnell sing? Loud.
Y'all,
Yeah.
that man, the loudest set of pipes, incredibly impressive. But I've never sang so loud in my life in a video. And there's just no chance.
He's like the epitome of Irish singing because
Yeah.
the Irish men are so good at singing out, and then his voice is beautiful. So you just hear this loud, beautiful sound. It's not very common.
No.
Awesome musician.
Yeah.
We have a couple more comments about Katie.
Ooh,
First of
do
all,
tell.
is Katie shy?
No.
No. Second of all, Katie is always eating.
That's not a question. That's more.
That's just a statement.
I like food. I'm actually in the process of editing a cooking video from Katie.
It is true.
Yeah. Anyways.
I hadn't had breakfast yet.
That is
before
so
today.
not pretty for the YouTubers.
No, and you put it there.
There we go.
I like.
Did you know that Tulsa is home of the Funkalicious sound? I didn't. I don't know if anybody knew that. I did see somebody ask if we were going to play any festivals in the Carolinas, and we will be in Wilson, Carolina on the 21st of August, and
North Carolina.
yes, Wilson, North Carolina, and then I'm talking to a venue about next July 2021 about being in South Carolina. So, write it in your calendar.
Oh, Kevin Asbury says that he liked the video that Michael and I posted. And Kevin is an old friend of ours, so thank you. Good to see you.
Did you pick up any Finnish or Irish phrases in past tours?
Pastures?
We tried. Leanne was actually working on some words in Finnish and Swedish last time, but I can't remember.
Oh, all I remember is "ak poikie" and boy. I don't know why that's all I remember.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It means and boy. Ak is and, right? And
Remembers the
poikie. Poikie means
Jules
boy.
knows
It's
how
a
to
fun
say
word.
boy.
It's a fun
For all
sounding
you
word.
Finnish boys.
I had more at one point.
Jules was like, oh, okay.
And boy.
One of my favorite things in Ireland that they say is if they like something, they say brilliant.
I say that.
And the first time we went over, we thought that was just like a fun way if they enjoyed our songs to say it was brilliant, because that's just not something we say over here. So that was pretty fun.
It makes you feel really smart,
Yeah.
even if you're not.
Play the banjo, and for someone to say something I played on that was brilliant was a new experience.
Somebody asked if Julianne has a boyfriend.
No.
Do you?
No.
Jules?
No. Katie eats like a bird, a pelican.
I'm never eating on this again.
Katie has her eyes on those muffins. Pass the plate.
Stop.
Katie, just eat a muffin.
I like Katie takes a sip of coffee every time she gets a marriage proposal.
She'd never go to bed.
Ooh.
I did see a question on there. Is Julianne shy?
What? I don't know.
Depends.
Depends on if her boyfriend is around.
Julianne's
I
not
meant
that
to steal
shy.
you.
She is looking for a virtual prom date. So.
I am not.
So if you're ready for a virtual slow dance.
Oh my
Do we
I
god.
just
am
put the
not.
phones next to each other and then they dance?
Oh my god.
When is your prom supposed to be?
I actually didn't sign up.
Yeah, Julianne actually wasn't going to go to
I don't
prom
like
anyways, so she's not really mourning this loss like a
I'm
lot
not
of her
having
friends.
a hard time with this.
But still, we're looking for a virtual prom
We're
date.
not.
We love Katie.
Thanks, me too.
Somebody wants to know how to stop their violin from sounding like they're sitting on a bag of cats.
Fight.
What was it?
There's a lot of ways to do that, but I will say that lots of times I find that my students are more likely to sound scratchy when they're playing if they're holding their bow wrong or if they're playing it in the wrong part of the fiddle. So, and also if you get too scared to play something, lots of times if you try playing too soft or you don't take the time to actually just find the balance on your bow, it'll be scratchy. So, and you also don't have to press too hard. Like it's one of those things where my first violin teacher used to make me relax my bowing hand. And she was like, I want you to pretend like your bowing arm is dead. So you're just kind of gracefully doing this. You're not up here trying to push hard or you're not like tiptoeing around on it. You just kind of relax it and play. And that's really helped me with my bow control. So I would say a lot of it's probably bow control. Yeah, but ask a friend, post a video and send it to somebody you know.
You skinny kids don't look like you've ever had a muffin. Blessed with good. Uh-oh.
Is that word?
Metabolics.
Metabolism?
Metabolism.
I know I've said metabolism before, but I've never said. All right.
Metabolic?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're homeschooled. There was one. How do you do prom in homeschooled?
How do you
Jules,
homeschool?
so Jules goes to a private Christian school, so it's part at home and part in school. So she goes to school on the days of the week that we don't have shows.
Yeah.
And we've kind of planned or tried to plan a lot of our shows around her school schedule. So, but we're very excited that she's graduating soon and we don't have to worry about her being in high school anymore.
Yay. Yay.
Which we'll probably have to do like a graduation ceremony in our living room at this rate. So,
So, funny story, the day Matt graduated from college, we actually had a show. So his graduation ceremony was a couple hours before our show, and he didn't have time to change. So he literally had to come straight on stage with his graduation robe and hat on, and it was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
There is a comment that says Katie gives lessons in person and on Skype. Great teacher, so get rid of that cat sound arms and take fiddle lessons from her. I do meow.
oh,
Is that one of the chains?
RPW music for you. RPW, who's email? I don't know.
that's so nice. Katie is a really good violin student or teacher, and we go to her recital every year, which is at our grandma's. They both live in the same assisted living here in town, and all her little students go up and play music, and it's awesome.
They're amazing.
All right, we've been on this for like 31 minutes. So
Somebody wants me to learn how to play Dust in a Baggie. I don't know what that is.
What is
I'll
that?
go get some.
Brandon Chang said rude. What's up, Brandon? Austin Noe's out there too. Austin Noe's my friend.
Hey.
So I think we pushed the table, bring the computer up to the front.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna play y'all a song.
We wanted to share a song. We're just gonna do a close up on the muffins and Katie.
Which I won in spirit.
Ah! We're really good at videography. So
Katie,
So-
elbow off the table.
Oh
Is
my
that mom?
gosh,
Did
y'all.
mom tune in for that
Somebody's
comment?
bored.
No, that was Peter. And then Peter keeps saying, "Stop this and go study."
Also, mom.
Also, mom just created multiple accounts.
Spirit. You see that?
So this is actually one of our grandma's favorite songs.
It's called Dust in a Baggie.
No, but it's been super sad not being able to see our grandparents during this time, and I know it's probably a lot of y'all too. But anyhow, this is
If anyone has tips on teaching your grandmas how to FaceTime, we need those because it's a struggle right now. Where do you want to be? Are you standing or are you sitting?
I can stand. Give us more room here. Cool. It's called "On the Far Side Banks of Jordan."
Yeah, it's a great gospel song.
I'll admit my steps are growing wearier each day. Still, I've got a certain journey on my mind. The lures of this old world have ceased to make me wanna stay. My one regret is leaving you behind. If it proves to be His will, then I'm the first to go. And somehow I have a feeling it will be. When it comes your turn to travel, likewise don't feel lost. For I will be the first one that you'll see. I'll be waiting on the far side banks of Jordan. I'll be sitting, drawing pictures in the sand. And when I see you coming, I will rise up with a shout and come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand. this life we've labored long to earn a meager fare. It's brought us trembling hands and feeling night. So I'll just rest here on the shore and turn my eyes away. Until you come, then we'll see paradise. I'll be waiting on the far side banks of Jordan. I'll be sitting, drawing pictures in the sand. And when I see you coming, I will rise up with a shout and come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand. And come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope to do this again sometime soon. Until then, we will keep posting videos and hanging out. Have a wonderful morning.